Hello, and welcome to the University Transition session hosted by Brescia's Student Life Center. During this session, we'll be exploring a range of topics including what can transition look like, what we do in the SLC, thriving at Brescia, the peer support space, the Brescia Care program, your first friend, and lastly, how to stay connected. Our entire lives are a string of transitions. In the early days, we tend to hold the belief that one day we will be finished, fully complete human beings. It is only later in life that we start to realize that our identity is in a constant state of development. It is in these periods of transition, such as right now, that teach us about who we are and who we want to be. During this time, there are two very important things to remember about transitions. One, they are all as unique as you, and that is okay. And number two, which we know can be challenging, but do your best not to compare your transition to those around you. In this age of social media, you may never know how the people around you are truly doing. And so it's always best to refocus on how your experience is going and the unique set of supports that you'll build to help. In your first year, you may experience an array of highs and lows due to different expectations at university than high school when it comes to things like workload, grades, midterms, papers, projects, and exams. And the fact that learning is less teacher-directed and more self-directed. You'll also be building out your new normal with new people, environments, schedules, routines, and you'll realize quite quickly that university life has less structured time than you might be used to. With this comes greater options and choice, but also personal responsibility and accountability. You may also have times when you're stressed and overwhelmed in ways or for reasons that maybe didn't make you feel that way in the past. Homesickness is something that a number of students struggle with at varying points during their undergraduate degree. That's why it's important that you do what you can to stay connected to the relationships and supports that you currently have in place. Now, we say that there may be changes in your relationships with those close to you because of distance, opposite schedules, whatever it may be. But we want you to look at these changes in your relationships and supports, not as if you're losing those you had, but that you're going to be gaining even more. The Brescia community is filled with students, staff, and faculty that are rooting for your success and happiness and are looking forward to supporting you in achieving that. Some of you may have experience with maintaining your finances, but others may not, and a need to budget is a very common hurdle that students face. As a result of all these changes, you may find that your health and sense of balance change as well, and this is quite common when building out your new normal. What you need to know is that it may take some trial and error before building out a routine that feels balanced, and that routine may change depending on the time of year. For example, throughout the semester versus exam time. In the coming slides, we'll be talking more about what we do, some tips that may help alleviate the impact of some of these things we've been talking about, and how the supports at Brescia can help. For student life, our job is about you and everything involved in your student experience. Our role is to connect you to the resources that you need, whether that be resources and supports from our colleagues at Western or services and initiatives here at Brescia. Connecting with the staff and Student Life Center is a great first step if you're looking for supports, resources, or just more information about mental health and well-being, career and professional development, leadership and involvement opportunities, orientation and transition initiatives, and experiential learning. Coming to university can be exciting, nerve-wracking, and challenging, just like any change. But there are many supports available to help make your transition to university smooth. Thriving at university involves skills and attitudes that we know are essential components of well-being, life satisfaction, and development. What we can do is help you effectively navigate your path from where you are now to where you want to be with services like career appointments, build your awareness of and capacity relating to mental health and well-being, support your transition through orientation programming and the Brescia Soph team, expand your leadership and involvement by creating peer-run programs like the Career Peers, Wellness Peers, Orientation Leaders, and Mentees in the Professional Mentoring Program. and help you acquire experiential learning opportunities through work-study positions, internships, and paid or volunteer positions in the community. Thinking back on our previous slide about the changes you may experience during your transition to university, here are our 7 tips for incoming students. First and foremost, make connections. During the first few weeks of the term, building community is an important task for most students. The deeper the friendships you have, the happier you feel. A great way to test the waters and get involved is to join student clubs or by introducing yourself to some of your peers in class. Not only could these people be your future best friend, class connections are important to build in case you need to borrow notes or are looking to find a study buddy. Getting involved in your program via a club or extracurricular activities can help you develop meaningful relationships. These activities, while helping build social connections, can also help you discover your personal values, interests, and skills that will help you plan your next steps after your time at Brescia. Lastly, introduce yourself to all your professors or visit them during their office hours. They are great people and an even greater resource. Number 2, manage your time and energy. We highly recommend using a planner or agenda to keep track of all of your due dates and extracurriculars. You can even take it one step further by building out what we call a life schedule. This schedule includes everything from class time, study time, meals, breaks, social time, whatever it may be. And it's important as it helps you to be mindful of the balance you're creating in your day. Are you spending way too much time on your academics and neglecting your need for social connection? Or are you spending 7 hours a day binging Friends on Netflix for the 4th time, even though you have assignments due soon? Managing your time and energy is much easier when you've built out a plan. Next, we encourage you to engage your mind. Go to class and read the syllabus. Use curiosity and an open mind when engaging in course content and class discussions. Approach each assignment or task with an attitude of curiosity and enthusiasm for learning. A meaningful journey will help you build connection to your time at Brescia. By engaging in academic and non-academic activities that are meaningful to who you are or who you want to be, you will find yourself moving through this experience with purpose and passion. If you've not quite had the opportunity to explore who you are or what your path might be, we suggest booking a career appointment to get exploration started early on. Building perseverance is an ongoing journey as there are always going to be bumps in the road, trying times, and stress. Combat this by building healthy coping strategies like hikes, connecting with families and friends, journaling, or reaching out to services and supports like the student wellness educator and/or the wellness peers. In an effort to manage your stress, we suggest getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night and eating a balanced diet. Developing these healthy habits will result in better physical and overall well-being. In the end, balance is key. Get to know yourself. Be aware of your emotions, thoughts, and behavior, and think about how they all interact. When things feel off balance, reevaluate and reflect on how you're spending your time, and don't hesitate to talk through it with a friend, family member, peer support, or staff here at Brescia. The peer support space is driven by the Wellness Peers, a group of highly trained Brescia students who are able to provide support and resources to students with mild to moderate mental health concerns. Not only that, but the Wellness Peers also provide informed referrals to other campus services and supports, as well as much needed connection for students in need of a pause during their busy days or just a friendly face to talk to. With a variety of tools and resources to support mindfulness and to help manage stress and anxiety, including the Muse meditation headband, a weighted blanket, and sensory exercises, the peer support space and the wellness peers who provide the service ensure that Brescia students are able to access a variety of supports to help maintain their well-being. To build further on thriving in university, we have the CARE program here at Brescia. This program is an integral part of the Brescia community, as it is our way of doing what we can to ensure that no student falls through the cracks. Your professors or staff members at Brescia may notice that you are struggling. If they do, they may explain what the CARE program is and suggest submitting a care and concern submission to see how we can better support you. Through this care and concern submission, you will be connected with resources on and off campus, such as counseling, academic advising, or financial aid that are tailored to your unique needs. The mission of the Brescia Care Program is a wide one and includes educating our staff and faculty on how to recognize and respond to concerning behavior, assisting students who experience academic struggles, helping those with mental health challenges, addressing classroom and residential disruptive or dangerous behaviors, and conducting risk assessments when there is a concern over harm to self and others. As part of the Brescia Care Program, the care team works collaboratively and proactively to provide early intervention and assistance to those who need help. Much like a lot of our incoming students, you may just find your first friend in your Brescia Soph. A Soph is an upper year mentor that supports you throughout your university transition. Think of them as your personal resource, support, and friend throughout the year. To ensure that they are up to the task, our Sophs participate in a great deal of training prior to September so that they are able to either help you directly or connect you to the right resources here at Brescia or at Western. Alongside being matched with a Brescia Soph, you will also be assigned to what we call a Soph group. This group will be comprised of other new to Brescia students who just so happen to be going through their own transition to university life. Led by your Soph, this group is an opportunity to build further connections and to get more personalized, community-based support. Stay connected to all things student life by following us on our socials. You can find us on Facebook at SLC Brescia or on Instagram at Brescia Student Life. We have really enjoyed building out this session and look forward to being a part of your journey here at Brescia. If you're looking for further information or support, you can find us in St. James Building, room 119, or via email at bucstudent.life@uwo.ca.